What happens when we reopen completely? Will people still have the same amount of time to spend on video games?
Well, what we've seen is the time has really translated into record numbers for many of these publishers. We've seen record engagement for Activision's Call of Duty. We've seen record engagement for Madden. And what we think actually happens is after the economy starts to open up, it's only logical that people have less time to spend playing video games. The good news, though, is I think that the shutdown has brought in a lot of new gamers and maybe even people who gave up gaming in the past back into the fold. And I think that they will continue to play games even for less time after the world opens back up.
And you argue that some of these stocks should have a software as a service type of valuation, the likes of a LogMeIn or Workday or Slack. Why is that? And if we were to extrapolate and put that sort of valuation on some of these stocks, how much higher could they go?
That's right. If you look at the way that gaming's business has really evolved, they used to just sell people a $60 piece of software once every few years. So every time a new Call of Duty would come out, people would buy the new one, and that was basically the end of the relationship until the next Call of Duty. And now what the world looks like is Call of Duty has seasons, and every season new content is introduced into the game. And gamers have the ability to buy battle passes, which give them access to that additional content, new characters, new gaming experiences. And so gaming software feels a lot more like subscription software today than it did 2 or 3 years ago. If you look at the multiples, SaaS multiples are typically about 2 times higher than gaming multiples. So to put it pretty simply, I think that over time, and this may take 3 to 5 years, but I think the gaming industry overall should revalue to these more SaaS-like multiples, and you could kind of see this 2x tailwind for these base multiples on gaming companies over the long term.
I'm kind of curious, Doug, as to what loses out. If people are going to, even if they're new users, stick with gaming after the economy reopens, where do you think that time comes from? Is it time spent with your loved ones, time reading books, or is it time that would have normally been spent on Netflix, binging movies and series and things like that? Who's the loser in all of this?
I think it could be a mixture of all of the above. What we've really been paying attention to, though, is this, we call it the attention economy. There's really this battle going on for our attention, and all these companies, Netflix, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they're all really competing for our leisure time. And it is the same time, and gaming falls into that same category. And I think that the companies that are able to deliver the richest experiences to consumers, whether they are video-based experiences or whether they're gaming-based experiences, I think those will be the companies that win. And I do think gaming has an advantage because inherently you're a character in the game instead of just a passive watcher like in a Netflix series.
Right. And last quick question on Epic, which is rumored or reported to have a potential valuation of $17 billion at this point. Does that make the gaming stocks look cheap or vice versa?
I think it makes the gaming stocks look cheap in the context of this overall sort of SaaS multiple revision. A big part of Epic's business is actually a software business, which is Unreal Engine. It's a game development platform. And so they are being valued not only as a gaming company, but as a software company. And I think that's just an indication of the trends of the future for the industry as a whole.